Geauga Local Access Cable GTV presents Chardon High Hilltopper Football. Welcome to Madison Memorial Stadium, the site of tonight's independent contest between the Premier Athletic Conference rivals, the Madison Blue Streaks, and our Chardon Hilltoppers. Good evening, everyone. This is Matt Jaworski along with John Walsh, getting ready for a battle. It's the second week of PAC football in the 2007 season. And John, Madison, Chardon, each of these clubs needs to win tonight in order to make the playoffs, even though it's only week 7.
Exactly so, and the problem is their earlier schedules. They aren't getting the secondary points, and unfortunately the PAC being in a down year this year, the only other team besides the two on the field here from the PAC that will provide any points is Riverside, and it's absolutely urgent that these guys pretty much got to run the table. I hate to say it, but whoever loses tonight, their playoff opportunities are severely limited.
Not exactly what you'd like to hear at this point in the season, but that is the reality of it. So stay tuned because there is more to come. Chardon football just around the corner on GTV. And welcome back to GTV as here come the Chardon Hilltoppers. And John, once again, cannot underestimate the importance of tonight's ball game.
Oh, no, and it's for both teams. You know, not just necessarily for Chardon, but Madison, too. One of these teams is going to have their hearts broken tonight and really have it hard. And that doesn't mean they're in by any means. They still have to win out the rest of the year because of, you know, the lack of points coming from their teams they've already beaten as well as teams hopefully they can beat.
Sure, and we'll, of course, look at the schedule and the points in a little bit. While we have a moment, would like to begin to run down tonight's starting lineups. We'll begin with the Chardon defense. Chardon won the coin toss, and they deferred to kick. Tonight on the defensive end for Chardon, the defensive line, Jeff Myers, Joe Madison, and Alex Coates. The linebacking core, Sean Lopez, Mason Bishop, Alex Petroff, and Jeff Buhner. The secondary includes Isaiah Charlton, Kyle Peterson, AJ Teresi, and Dan Plickert. Starting offense tonight for Chardon. And begin on the offensive line, Alex Coates, John Russ, John Sandgrick, Alex Petroff, and Joe Madsen. The split ends, Kevin Taylor and Jonathan Hannebeck. Of course, Chad Davis, quarterback, and Kyle Peterson and Mason Bishop will be the running backs.
As well as Isaiah Charlton, let's not forget him.
He'll definitely be in this ballgame and be seeing a lot of action. For Madison tonight, their offensive line, Kyle Glass, Kevin Hendricks, Mike Roberts, Terry Harmon, Frank Warbleski, and Joe Chom. The tight end, Nick DeLillo, quarterback, J.D. Ingles, running back, Ty Law, and the receivers tonight, Chris Warham, Nick Yeager, and Andrew Caswell. Look at the Madison defense before we get set here, and it'll be Tom White, Bobby Woods, Ty Law, and Nick DeLillo, Nick Daniels, Hunter Luzega, Craig Kuster, and Mitch Kratz. The secondary, Nick Yeager, Miles Iverson, and Kyle King. About set for kickoff here for Chardon.
It's going to be quite a contrast in style. You got Chardon loves it, just run the ball down your throat. Madison a little more balanced. They'll put the ball up 20 to 25 times per game, and we're underway.
Well, going to be fielded and brought up near the 20-yard line, right about there. And that's where Madison will take over as Caswell with the return.
As you Taylor in on a tackle, helped by a couple of teammates that we didn't pick up, but they stopped him. The nose of the ball is resting right about at the 20. There's good downfield coverage by the Chardon special teams.
Out comes the Chardon defense, and this year when you look at that defense, giving up about 26 points a night.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Fortunately for them, they're scoring a lot more than they're giving up. So it's an offensive team this year primarily, not as strong a defense as normal.
Ingles looking to throw. He has his man, and coming near the 30-yard lines, DeLillo, the Ohio State signee.
Yeah, and he's marking it just over the 30, so that should be a first down because the nose of the ball was right at the 20-yard line. Yeah, he's signaling it as a first down, so Madison's doing probably what's most vulnerable on Chardon. They're putting the ball in the air.
Madison throws the ball nowadays.
Yeah, like you said, they get that big tight end who's
They're going to look to him again, and once again, this time DeLillo
he dropped it.
Cannot hang on to it.
Yeah, he had it for about, he was wide open again. No, they're saying a reception. They're going to mark the ball there. So it was like a 6-yard gain. I thought I saw it bounce out. Must have bounced down to his hands, and he cupped it again. Because we got blocked a little bit by the Madison bench, but it did look like I saw the ball dropping out of him, but I guess it never hit ground. So it'll be a 6-yard gain for Madison.
2nd and 4, and once again, they're looking to throw once again right side, and that one will sail out of bounds. Will be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, that's, 3 straight to DeLillo? That's kind of, it looks like he's by far their primary receiver, and in the game plan tonight, he's doing these quick little hitches down. I think it's going to end up being a hitch and go one of these times, and they're going to shoot for the big pad. I think that's what they're trying to set up the Chardon secondary for.
Ingles looking left side this time, will pump it, he will throw, and nearly in and out of the hands of Yeager. Yeager almost had an open field.
Yeah, quite honestly, Yeager was gone if he had pulled that one in, and he had his man beat by a step there, and the pass was on the money, but he just wasn't able to pull it in.
59, is that Petron? Yes.
So Ingles, the quarterback, also punts for Madison.
And that was a fortunate drop for Chardon. There were linemen short that time. You see somebody hustling in to get on special teams.
A good high kick.
Fair
catch called and fair catch made by Isaiah Charlton. And here comes Chardon Hilltopper offense, an offense that is putting up about 35 points a contest, 34.8 to be exact. They love to run the football, averaging 347 yards a contest.
Yeah, they do put the air in there, and I'd be totally shocked if the ball was put in the air here, because, like I said, Madison, they pass a little more than we've seen, but that might be their game plan tonight. But Chardon's going to keep it on the ground as they did there.
Not much going up to about the
just
35-yard line.
Yeah, that's like a half-yard gain. That's about it, as the Madison struck that. It went out nicely and took away the little outside lane for the Chardon back to cut it upfield.
Second and 9, 10-24 and counting in this first quarter. We thank you for joining us on GTV. Chad Davis, under center, man in motion, looks to hand it off, and he does, up the middle. And pounding his way across the 40's Isaiah Charlton.
Yeah, that was just a good patience on Charlton's part that time, as he waited for his blocking to form and the little lanes to naturally open up there. He kind of didn't hit the hole hard. He kind of eased his way and just took what he can, and took what essentially would have been probably a 3-yard gain and took it into a 7-yard gain or so.
Charlton on the year, 61 attempts, 624 yards, 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, they have both of their wings have big play capabilities. Have ripped off a lot of long ones this season so far.
3rd and 3 for the Hilltoppers, and a whistle will blow.
I think we might have a delay. Yeah, that's exactly what they call it. Chardon didn't get that play off in time. That hurts. You had a 3rd and reasonable long 3, and then all of a sudden it's going to turn into a long 8. Yeah, that's pretty much when that happens. Either there's a problem getting the play in from the sideline or the urgency of getting it in. It's just an execution that shouldn't happen here in the 7th week of the season.
Now, especially this early in the ball game too, John.
Yeah, against a big game when you really need it. The reverse.
Handoff reverse to Isaiah Charlton, and Charlton met at the line and brought down by John Glovna.
Good job on Madison's defense that time. They filled a little slot where the counter was going and just stayed at home and waited for the reverse to come to them, and that's part of the discipline. So this Madison team has been well coached so far defensively tonight.
Well, here's Mason Bishop back to punt. He will get it off, and ball will be fielded shy of the 30, and making a nice tackle, Kevin Taylor.
Yeah, that was a good time as
he did not give Nicky Yeager any room.
Yeah, Yeager was just trying to reverse his field there, and Taylor became an ankle biter and just kind of kneed down on him and dropped him right there in his tracks. Good open field tackle by Taylor.
Well, now we get to see the Madison offense. For the second time tonight, they looked to DeLillo.
Sure, coming right to the line because they huddle up on the sideline with their coach. Coach probably called the play and gave a couple motivation words and told them, get right up on the line, guys.
Well, Nick DeLillo can line up as a tight end or can go as a receiver. He's as a receiver right now. Feeling some pressures. Ingles stepping up in the pocket.
He's in trouble.
And he's going to be dropped back for a loss. Nice job that time by Sean Lopez, the linebacker, to bring him down.
Yeah, he had good penetration up front, drove him out of the pocket. Lopez came from his back position there and just shot in and made a good open field tackle on him, dropping him for a major loss. It's a little better than 10. They'll call it an 11-yard loss, bring it up 2nd down and 21.
Well, that'll be Lopez's 2nd sack of the season. And Chardon will call a timeout now. Kind of a strange position for a timeout, but regardless, they call one. That gives us a moment here to talk with you about playoffs. The GTV budget is already set for the season, and it does not include playoff games. So if you'd like to get playoff games on GTV, we ask you to contact your local booster club or to call the athletic department office at 286-0414 for sponsorship opportunities.
Yeah, that's the only way, because it's just not in GTV's budget to cover any sport in the playoffs. That's got to be subsidized by independent organizations such as the Boosters Club, who have done it in the past years, and it's a good little project for them. And just give either the Booster Club president or Tim Armelli, the athletic director, a call. He'll help you out somehow.
Ingles going deep down the sideline to DeLillo and well overthrew him at 3rd and 21.
Yeah, I mean, I know DeLillo's got the credentials and all that, but you got to spread it out a little bit more. That time DeLillo had total double coverage on him. There was no way to really thread that ball in there, and I don't care how good a kid is, if that's your whole focus in your passing game, it can be shut down eventually.
Madison facing 3rd and extremely long, 3rd and 21.
Again, they're trying to keep that Chardon defense off balance by coming up to the line and calling their plays from there.
Going to fake the run, and again, some pressure by Ingles. He will look left side. He has a man, Yeager, and Yeager did not hold on to it.
Yeah, again, that was Taylor out there in coverage and doing very good coverage. He had good tight coverage on Yeager that time. That's pretty much, boy, there's no question. Madison sees the weakness in Chardon as being their secondary, because they're putting on a huge air show tonight. So far, Chardon has come up to the task and shut them down, but now their offense has got to get as the Madison defense has done one heck of a job on Chardon's one possession.
Ingles to punt. It's
short.
Not pretty.
He got the bounce, though. He did get the very favorable bounce. Probably tagged on a good 15 additional yards to what could have been a very poor punt, turned it into a very decent punt.
Well, Chardon, though, still in good field position to begin their second drive.
Yeah, they get the ball out to the 41, almost the 42.
When you look at this Chardon offense, it's a quadruple head monster, if you will. And the fact that Chad Davis, Isaiah Charlton, Kyle Peterson, and Mason Bishop can all do significant damage.
Yeah, you said a four-headed monster. And they all have decent amount of carry. Actually, this is probably one of the less carries by the quarterback seasons. They're utilizing the three backs a lot more, but forget about Davis and you got problems, because he will carry the ball and he'll carry it effectively.
Well, even when you look at a guy like Mason Bishop, the fullback, 61 carries for 301 yards. Not a lot of other area fullbacks can brag about that.
Yeah, the yardage per carry isn't as good as the other two wingbacks, but he's the possession back, and it's not bad. He's close to 5 yards per carry, and that's going to keep you moving downfield and open up the outside lanes for those wingbacks to get the big plays.
Well, Chardon comes into
a little procedure call, I'm assuming.
Yeah. They give up about 22.7 penalty yards a game.
Wow, was that quick math you were doing on that one there, Matt?
I think so.
That was very good. I don't know if it was right or not.
I may not have carried the one right.
Okay. Or it was either 12 or 221.
Once again, a run to the right side, and not much going there.
Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmages. Chardon's going to now have a third and long, third and about 13.
Clock running midway through this first quarter at Madison Memorial Stadium. It's homecoming night for Madison.
What I thought would be probably an offensive game, but it's turned into very much, so far at least, a defensive game with two defenses playing solidly.
Bishop going to get it, and he will go
right up to
across the 40, maybe to the 41. And
yeah, just across the original line of scrimmage, but that's going to bring up a punting situation for Chardon.
Boy, that Madison defensive line not giving any room right now for the Hilltoppers.
Well, Chardon set up the punt. Watch out for Bishop, the up man, though. This is, if you're ever going to do a fake punt, this would be the time. Nope, they're going to kick it away. They're on their own 38, and that's Riverbowl gambler time.
Oh, Caswell gets it. He will cross the 40 before he's eventually tripped up near the 42-yard line. And Aaron Caswell now gives Madison its best field position of the night.
Yeah, definitely their best starting. I think they crossed over this a little bit after a couple of passes in that initial possession, but not by much. It's definitely their best starting point. Madison again huddles up on the sideline with their coach. And I'm sure that's so they can't see who's really coming in. You know, I mean, you can make your substitution, and all of a sudden you get a new look with an extra wide out there and this, that. And Chardon's just going to have to adjust rapidly on the field to what they're seeing on the line in front of them, you know, like Powell right now.
Well, on I formation, and the first carry of the night by Madison.
Yeah, isn't that incredible? Third possession, first time that they've held onto the ball. Well, there was the sack, but I guess that doesn't exactly count as a running play, does it? Doesn't the stats?
Not really.
In the stats department it does, but it really, technically it's not a running play. It's running for your life play more than anything.
Well, Mitch Crotch will get 3, and it's now 2nd and 7.
They need to mix in a little bit more than that. That pure air attack just isn't going to cut it.
They go back again, and he's got a man to beat, and he cannot do it. Is making a
Peterson.
Touchdown. Yeah, Peterson.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, he had if he had any degree of speed, he could have taken it right to the house that time, because there really was a safety man drifted way out of position over on this side of the field, and I don't know if he would have had an angle on him. And like I said, if he had any sort of speed at all, he might have taken that all the way. So Peterson could have saved a touchdown on that one.
Krotz moving the ball. They'll fake it to Crotch. They're looking deep.
He's
Yeager.
got him open.
And Yeager will make the catch, and he falls down near the 5.
Yeah,
That time he had burned Isaiah Charlton.
Yeah, he was wide open. He had a good 2-3 steps on him, and it was just whether the ball was going to get to the area properly. There was no question that it could be an easy reception. And that's what the running game can do for you. You got to give that. You can't just totally pass. You got to give them a little bit of thought of looking inside first, and that's when a receiver can burn you deep.
It'll be 1st and goal from the 5. Blue Streaks with the ball. Crotch into the end zone, a 5-yard touchdown run for Madison.
Yeah, they opened up a nice little lane on the right side over there for Madison as Madison pushes it in and takes the early 6-0 right now to lead before the extra point. Makes for a good being homecoming night here for Madison. That gives them a happy start to it at least.
Out to kick the PAT will be Eric Gavorski. Yeager holding. Flag flying. Gavorski's kick is up, and it's good. We'll wait to see what the flag is.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of leg on that, so even a little procedure, he could easily kick that from 5 yards deeper with what he showed on that extra point at least. Oh, it's movement on Madison. So I'm sure Chardon's going to take the point off the board and make him kick it again.
Always.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, John.
Well, I was just going to equate that to pro football. It sure hurt the Browns against Oakland, having the kicker kick the field goal attempt at the end of the game again.
Anytime you can take a point off the board, it's a good thing. And the Hilltoppers will try to keep it off here.
So this, in essence, boils down to like a 30-yard extra point attempt.
About a 25, and they made him flinch again.
Oh, you're right. It is 25. It's from the 15. I thought it was 20.
We'll have a penalty on the play.
Wow.
Moving back 5 more yards, and you have to wonder.
Yeah, you may be getting on penalties. You might be getting out of the extra point kicker's range, which sounds kind of bizarre, but... Okay, now it's see, I was just doing my Nostradamus impersonation there.
Absolutely.
Now it's a 30-yard field goal or extra point attempt.
John, I never doubt you.
Not many do.
There's the kick. It's
enough leg,
up.
But I think it's wide.
And
no,
it squeaks in. It's good.
Oh, I thought I saw that go outside the bar, but I guess there was plenty of leg on it. Well, at least we learned something about their kicker that time. He's capable of kicking 30-yard field goal.
Oh, Gavorski with that 30-yarder right there gives Madison a 7-0 lead. And now we'll get to see how the Hilltoppers will respond. Not much has been going on in this first quarter for Chardon.
No, this defense of Madison has set the tone heavily. They've played well-disciplined football. These kids are staying in the running lanes, the counter lanes, and all that. It's obvious they've studied film. The coaches have educated them on what they have to do because defensively they've shut down this Chardon offense that nobody really this season has been able to do.
Back deep to receive for Chardon. Chad Davis, Kyle Peterson, and Isaiah Charlton.
Yeah, you got the 3 deep guys. Madison kicking it from the right hash mark.
So Gavorski still has the team huddled up. 7-0 Madison on the Mitch Kratz 5-yard touchdown run.
And we really don't know what to expect on his kickoff since this is his first one. Chardon opened the game with a kick.
Gavorski, a short kick, fielded near the
24 or
24. Not much to do there.
Yeah, he kind of angled it to the far side of the field, and it was fielded by James Liggett Who brought it back to almost the 34-yard line, call it the 34. And that's where Chardon will open up their, what is this, a third possession?
Chardon's third possession of the night will start at the 34-yard line. Davis will burn a timeout as he looked at the Madison defense and said, whoa.
Oh, that's 2 already.
2, and we are still with about 4 minutes, 40 seconds left in this first quarter.
Yeah, we're not just a little bit over halfway through first quarter, and there's 2 timeouts done for Chardon.
John, when you look at both of these teams coming into this contest, Madison defeating South 24-21 last week. Meanwhile, Chardon playing the other Willoughby Eastlake School District High School in North and handily defeating them 42-6. Blue Streaks coming in on a 3-game winning streak overall, having knocked off Harvey, Edgewood, and South. Their other win on the 31st against Geneva. They fell at home to Normandy and in Menor at Lake Catholic.
Yeah, so far, these teams, like I said, they've done their part. They've played good, solid football, both being 4-2, but the secondary points aren't helping them very much, and what they're going to get from the balance of the league really hasn't helped them that much.
Well, that time the run around right end will pick up about 2.
I think they got to go back to Bishop a little bit more. Start pounding that middle, get Madison thinking that. That should open up the outside lanes again. Because right now, Madison just staying at home every place and looking outside and sealing up the middle.
Davis looking to pass. Davis on the air and overthrows his intended receiver. And he had a man wide open in Jeff Buhner.
Wasn't a bad call, though, that time. Just try to get a spark into the Chardon offense. So far, they really haven't had anything positive going for them.
Chardon, though, almost needs to get that field a little bit wide right now in order to have their play action start working. 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, well, like
from
I
their
was
own
saying,
36.
I think they need to have Madison looking inside so they can open up the outside. Because they got that sealed up something fierce. There you go.
Davis will gain a few up to near the 45, but that is not enough. Or checked at the 40. But they'll have to punt.
Yeah, again, that's Chardon really, this Madison defense is just doing one tremendous job on them.
Receiving for Madison, Aaron Coswell and Nick Yeager.
Well, it's 4th and 4, and here's the punt. It's underway and calling for a fair catch is Yeager.
Wow, that was a conservative one. There wasn't a Chardon guy within 8 yards yet, but that's kind of on that's a job of his partner back there. He's got to be his eyes because Yeager's got to be watching the ball. That's his prime emphasis.
Would like to thank tonight's community sponsors. Tonight's cablecast is funded by our underwriters, but we'd also like to thank all the GTV funding communities for their year-round support. They are Burton Township, Burton Village, Chardon Township, Chardon Village, Hamden Township, Middlefield Village, and Munson Township. We are thrilled to be able to continue to bring you local public service programming with a special emphasis on those communities. Thanks again for supporting GTV, and thanks to our viewers for their support. The response has been absolutely wonderful.
Wow,
and Yeager going to keep it on the ground, and Yeager near the 40-yard line up to potentially the 41. He had some moves there.
And then a little shake and bake in there as they're finding the little running lanes inside because, well, quite frankly, they've done just the opposite. They got Chardon looking outside to watch us cover those pass routes, thinking pass, and that opens up the inside. Chardon's got to do the exact opposite. Get them thinking inside to open up their outside.
J.D. Ingles barking out the signal to his receivers on the far side. Hand that one off once again. Yeager finding some open hole, and he will get near the 47-yard line. That time wrapped up and brought down by Dan Plickert.
I'll tell you, I think statistically, Madison's got more yardage right now in the ground than Chardon does. And how often in the history of the last 15 years has that happened? But then again, we're very early. We're still 2.5 minutes left here in the opening quarter, so we got a long way to go.
2nd and 4 as the Blue Streaks approach the line. J.D. Ingles under center. I formation behind him, man in motion. Aaron Caswell fake the handoff, looking to throw. And he will hit Nick DeLillo as DeLillo was wrapped up quickly by Plickert. First down, no Blue Streaks.
I tell you, Ingles throws a nice pass. He's a good-looking little quarterback. That's kind of what I thought in that earlier game we did against Kenson. That Tevenpaugh was a fine-looking quarterback. He just didn't have the line like the Madison quarterback Ingles has in front of him. They're giving him time to throw, and he's throwing effectively.
Hand off Yeager, and Yeager, nothing doing there.
No, Big Joe Madison was standing there saying, okay, enough of this stuff.
Well, Mason Bishop was in it on there too. You talk about that Madison offensive line, John, and the guy that probably jumps out at you the most. Number 77, Kevin Hendricks, the guard, a senior, 6'3", 310.
That's a good, solid high school kid. That's a big boy. And you look, and yeah, they got a little bit of beef along that line. Madison always comes up with big linemen. They really do. There's certain schools that just, Berkshire is the one that's amazing on the size of the linemen they come up with.
Pass to DeLillo. DeLillo will make Plickert miss, but will be eventually brought down near the 30.
Yeah, it was a good thing he had backup there because, like you said, DeLillo did a quick inside move, and Plickert just went flying by him on that one.
We'll bring up 3rd and short, about 3.
That's a little bit of a mismatch in the height. Plickert against DeLillo. DeLillo going 6'5". And what do we got Plickert listed at?
5'6".
Yeah, that's
out of foot. Looking to DeLillo again. He's being covered by Isaiah Charlton. Pass out of bounds. A little bit of contact, but incidental, and the pass was uncatchable.
That's more what you got to do. You got to get somebody that can get up there a little bit. You can't have that big a size disparity because that's just a huge advantage for an offense out there. So you kind of got to shuffle your guys around a little bit, give them a little help out of the safety positions or whatever it takes. But you can't have a 6'5" going against a 5'6". I don't care how good you are. That's just a huge physical problem to have to make up.
Penalty flag, and I'm looking to, I think it may be a late substitution.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you got that right. They do that little sugar huddle, as Cincinnati Bengals used to call it. They call it, why did he point that way? He pointed towards Madison and moving the ball back, but he also pointed it towards Chardon. So, I don't know, I think the referee got twisted around a little bit.
It goes from 4-3 now to 4-8. So the Hilltoppers potentially catching a break.
Yeah, that definitely helps their cause a whole bunch because Madison's coming at them. You don't know if they're going to run it or if they're going to throw it. They're actually throwing longer patterns. They're not doing the quick little dump slants.
They've got 4 receivers. A pooch kick by Ingles, and that will take a Chardon bounce in and out of the end zone. So touchback. And the Hilltoppers will take over from their own 20-yard line.
You know, I don't like that call at all. That's have a little confidence in your offense. The net on that one ends up being 15 yards because it goes up 40 yards in and comes out 15.
7-0 Madison, 38 seconds left to play in this first quarter. Chad Davis and company trying to get the wheels back on.
Yeah,
it has been a rough night, to say the least.
This could be the last play of this opening quarter here, and one that I'm sure Chardon would like to relive, but you just got to go on from here.
Well, not much going there again, and Chardon still looking for their first down of the game.
Yeah, like I said, It's almost like Madison has their playbook tonight because they're just sitting at home, and it's all a function of being disciplined. That's probably the best thing you could do to stop Chardon's offense is be disciplined in playing your defensive lanes.
Not many open lanes tonight for the Hilltoppers to run through. This one.
There's a little inside action.
And there he goes. He's off to the races, and coming across the 50 and eventually being brought down is Kyle Peterson. And Peterson, a nifty little run there as he made some nice cuts.
Yeah, he just cut that to the inside, and that's pretty much where I think they should be right now. Because if anything's going to open up, it's going to be in there right now because they get those outside lanes totally sealed, and there's been nothing. Then the first run comes from the inside. The first run of any magnitude comes from the inside.
Well, that will end the first quarter, and we'll take a quick break here. Madison 7, Chardon nothing. We'll be right back. Second quarter action about to begin. Chardon having crossed midfield, and they'll get a few more yards out of it.
That's okay. That's where I think they need to be right now. Just milk that middle. Bishop is handed it, gets his good 3 yards. Just keep pumping that middle. That's going to open up the outside for him.
Isaiah Charlton will head to the sidelines. Take a breather.
Because quite honestly, Madison's passing game didn't really click till they ran it a couple times. Then all of a sudden their passing game opened up a whole bunch better.
Davis, the quarterback.
Well, Davis under center once again. Gonna hand it off, and there's Bishop. Bishop some running room across the 35 and down near the 33-yard line.
He opened up off of the right tackle there, opened up a big lane, and Bishop just squared his shoulders up and took every yard he could get out of that. That's what they need. They need to get those chains moving a little bit. Finally, some spark in that Chardon offense.
You know, it took them about a quarter to do it, but they are up. Here's Davis from the shotgun. Man in motion. Davis going to keep it himself, and he will get near the 25-yard line.
God, that's you know, I can't complain about this. This is what I've been telling them to do, and they're doing it. So, and it's working.
Makes you feel good.
I feel like a genius here. I can sit up here and never be wrong.
Second and short now.
Yeah, Chardon's moving the ball real well now, as we had about a 7-yard gain that time on the Davis keeper.
Davis going to give it to Bishop as he will be close, but probably about a yard short as he crosses the 25 near the 24.
Yeah, he's moved it up where they actually spotted it. Yeah, I'm not sure how good a spot he got on that one, to be honest with you, but that's where he's got it. So he's got it as a 3rd and 2 now. And I'm sure being here on the 24-yard line, we're in 2-down territory. So Chardon can't get 2 yards and 2 downs. They don't deserve it. Oops, somebody picked up. And I guess I'm not the only one to see it. The referee threw his yellow in the air, so I think that ball's going to be coming back 5.
Oh, that'll make it just a little bit tougher now. It'll be
it's
3rd down and about 7.
Still 2-down territory, though. That's 7 yards and 2 downs. So, you know, don't change your play selection and stuff. Whatever you were going to use on a 2-3-yard carry, it's still applicable on a 7-yard carry because you got 2 downs to get it.
Hilltoppers give it to Peterson left side, and he will get near the 28-yard line.
Yeah, that's still going to be a 4th and call it 6. Still just a couple of yards on that one. Yeah, you got to hit them quick here. You got to use the quickness of those up front guys. Chardon's got some beef up front, but they got some quickness. That's more their forte. And see if they can screen off, open up a little lane inside, and take it. Just stay
4th
quick.
and about 6. Davis looking to put it up in the air. Davis.
Ooh.
And he did not hook up with Bishop there.
Yeah,
and that will be a turnover for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, the pass there, but Bishop was not able to pull it in. So Chardon's going to turn it over on downs, but at least we showed some life from that offense finally, because it just hasn't been here during that first quarter. Down to 9 minutes left here in this first half.
Chardon usually so far through this point in the season has put up 56 first quarter points. In the second quarter, they have accumulated 64.
I'm not sure. I think this was signaled as a referee's timeout. I think he wants to give both teams water break.
Oh, it is.
Because it is a little muggy, but I'm almost positive this was a referee called one. Their scoreboard doesn't record the timeouts. I was looking. Oh, no, it does. Madison has 3, Chardon has 1, so this was a referee timeout, or the scoreboard keeper hasn't caught up with us yet.
An uncharacteristic, balmy, humid, and warm October night.
It is, and in those full pads, it's even hotter.
Would once again like to remind fans of all the sports teams that the GTV budget is set, and it does not include the playoffs. So if you'd like to get GTV for playoff coverage, please get in contact with your local booster club, or once again call the athletic department at 286-0414, as sponsorships are needed.
Yes, and don't wait to see what develops. Just assume it's going to happen, and your money, I'm sure, will either not be transferred at all or will be refunded if Chardon doesn't happen to make it. But let's have the faith that they will be able to make it.
Madison will run it up near the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's a good solid 6 on that one, as Madison again they got a good inside game, running game going. I mean, it's the passing that's giving them the big yardage and put the points on the board.
John, what's interesting to see is some of the Madison players are already starting to take knees between snaps now, between the time the play's over and between when they line up.
Well, the offense they run with this hurry up is difficult when you got a lot of kids going both ways.
I formation, and Yeager will cross the 36 near the 37.
Yeah, that pretty much hurry-up offense that they run, though it's not a typical hurry-up, but it is a variation of it. That's an easy one to do when you're fully platoon, but when you got a lot of two-way players and they never leave the field, you're just not giving them the proper rest they need.
3rd and about 1 for the Blue Streaks as the Hilltopper defense looking to buckle down here. Ingalls going to hand it off and crossing the 40 and picking up a first down.
Yeah, they opened up a little lane on the right side there, and he took it and drove hard and got what he needed, plus an extra yard or so.
Well, Nick Yeager has been the workhorse for this Blue Streak football team, and he gets the carry there.
Yeah, there's no question about that. Their running game has been predominantly Yeager. And he's a big part of their passing game, too. Didn't he have that one long completion?
Absolutely. I formation. Well, now we have a man moving. That'll be Ty Law.
We're totally spread here. They got 2 wide.
Ingalls looking to throw it in the air down the field.
Yeah, it could be a
and the ball's picked off. Interception. And now a flag's flying, but the interception by Hannebeck.
I'm not sure what the flag would be unless
I think there may have been
tackling the face mask.
I think there may have been a block in the back on the return.
Okay, where he threw it, I really didn't see any contact going on. Now he's bringing it back toward the favor of Chardon. Oh, where is he going? Would the penalty take place before the interception? I'm not sure exactly what he's doing here. It was marked against Chardon before the interception. Wow, this is a massive turnover. It's a 15-yarder.
Must have been for pass interference then.
I'm assuming it must have been, but I saw Hannebeck break free totally. The pass was badly underthrown and thrown towards the middle of the field. Wow, I have no idea exactly. But that's a huge turnaround. Madison almost has it where Chardon would have had it.
Oh, it'll be 1st and 10 Blue Streaks on the Hilltopper 45. And Ingalls looking to pass. He has a man open. And I believe it's DeLillo, it is. And DeLillo, getting close to that 30-yard line, picks up the first down. And the Blue Streak offense moving merrily along here.
Yeah, very
aided in large part to that penalty.
Wow, that was just a huge turnaround. That's something the Chardon defense has got to suck that up, forget it ever happened, and buckle down a little bit and stop Madison. The best way to nullify a bad break like that is to put a total stop on them, not allow them any points.
Ingalls once again looking to pass down the middle. He has a man wide open, and it's, guess who, Nick DeLillo, near the 20-yard line. Another first down for Madison.
Yeah, you can't allow DeLillo to roam free in that. He's just too big a target, and when he's wide open like that, you're playing off too many. You have two guys playing a deeper cushion and allowing it. One of them has got to get aggressive and go up on DeLillo and take that way, because you can't have that, or that they're just going to utilize that all night long on him.
Here's Mitch Kratz. He will gain a few yards there.
A gain of about 3 for Kratz.
About 2nd and 8, John.
Yeah, Madison has it down to roughly the 18-yard line now. And moving with the benefit of that penalty. Which is just a huge turnaround in this game right now.
Warm lined up in the slot near side. On the far side, it's Nick Yeager. I formation for Ingalls.
Play action fake.
Looking to throw, and he overshoots DeLillo there. We'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, Chardon needs a hold right here. And I would guess, by virtue of that long extra point he had, this is within it. I would think that they would try to kick the field goal here if they aren't successful on a 3rd down play.
Well, Gavorski on field goals is 2 of 4, but both have been within 30 yards. Ingalls looking to pass again, the quick throw. He's looking left side in the end zone, spinning around, and
no, wasn't able to come up with it.
Incomplete catch. As I believe that was Nick Yeager.
Yeah, and you got Chardon in coverage with nice tight coverage. The ball was a little underthrown. Yeager tried to adjust and come back, but his momentum just wouldn't allow it. So I'm guessing, let's see.
Well, 4th down and 8. And
yeah, they're placing the tee on the ground. Yeager is coming out to hold for it. Well, he's only got that ball like 6 yards back. I'd put a big rush up the middle, because this is actually going to be a lower kick for him.
John, this will be about a 36-yard field goal for Gavorski. It's down, it's underway, it's up. Does it have the distance?
It does.
It does. Wow. So Gavorski, who hit a game-winning field goal against South, has hit a long PAT and now a 36-yard field goal with about 5.
Well, is the clock running?
I couldn't tell you. The clock continues to run.
Yeah, we're just, they stopped at 5:13. When I looked, it was 5:18. It was probably a little bit before that.
So it's about 5:18. Gavorski will kick, and it's now 10-0. Madison, as the Hilltoppers look a little bit stunned right now on their sidelines.
Yeah, well, they just got to get right back where they were. I mean, they were starting to get the offense in gear. Forget about the 3 points. They were lucky after the big transition there and the break that Madison got to hold it to 3. Go back to the positives here is what they got to do. They just got to go back. They got lots of time. 5:13 showing on the clock. Just start moving the ball. You can get, that's plenty of time to drive it downfield. You started moving the ball, continue with that. Same 3 back deep for Chardon.
So Gavorski, who essentially pooched the kickoff last time, will tee it up again. It was Liggett that came up with it.
I think they're looking up at the board. They're going to put some more time on the clock, because the clock did run off some additional time. I'm not exactly sure. I know at least 5 seconds, because I looked, it was 5:18, and I'm not sure So
Oh, they're going to say 5:21.
Okay, well, that could be reasonable. I'm not exactly sure how much. I knew it was at least 7 seconds.
So Gavorski will come set and kick off. He tees it up on that right hash mark.
He kicks it far side.
And once again, Liggett coming up with it, bobbles it a little bit, will get it across the 25 near the 30 as he cut back left side.
Yeah, he tried to take it out wider and see if he could find a lane, but their whole style of that little corner kick like that is to seal you up on one sideline, and there really isn't normally much you can do. It's kind of, you take it along that sideline, hope something breaks open, and take it from there. Get what you can out of it.
Well, John, the other thing, too, it keeps it out of the hands of some of the most dangerous Chardon players.
Yeah. Yeah, the up men aren't going to kill you as much as the deep men getting the kickoffs. They have a capability of running all the way. Up man normally doesn't have the speed to do that.
Bishop left side, and he will pick up a few. Clock running 5 minutes now and counting.
That's okay. There's no urgency. That's a lot of time. Just be disciplined in what you're doing and keep moving ahead. That's not bad. That's a good 3, call it a short 4 almost, a pick up on that one.
Chardon and Madison both 1-0 in the PAC, looking to move to 2-0. Ball fumbled. Bishop couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah,
he took a lucky bounce on right back into his hands.
Yeah, that really truly was a lucky bounce, Matt, because they had problems on the exchange, and Bishop at his little slant to the outside there, all of a sudden the ball spitting up, and unfortunately for him, it bounced right back at him, but unfortunately for Chardon, he wasn't able to do anything in that particular carry. So it ended up being mainly a wasted down.
Well, it will remain third and about 7. And Chardon fortunate to still have the ball.
Davis kept it inside. Didn't get much.
He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
That's about it. They're giving him a little positive to give him a yard.
Boy, and the Hilltoppers, John, just looking lost right now.
Yeah, this is unfortunately, this is not something you want to do. Turn the ball back to Madison with this much time left on the clock, as they're going to get it around the 3:30 mark or thereabouts. Low
Punt.
kick.
A very low will be fielded near the 40. Yeager with it spinning around, and Yeager not much going there as he gets across the 45 near the 46, but close to midfield.
Yeah, got it down to roughly the 46, and that's where Madison will start. Yeah, this defense has got to suck it up and just lick your wounds. Hopefully, you know, you can come out and make a few adjustments at halftime. Hopefully your conditioning will pay off for you come second half. But
well, John, the other thing, too, is this defense has been out on the field for quite a bit of this first half.
They truly have, and they've been playing a game they're not used to, the heavy passing offense.
I formation for J.D. Ingles. He'll hand it off. Yeager breaks one tackle, stays up on his feet, and will be brought down, gang tackled near the 46-yard line, close to the 45.
He's got to, on his initial contact, he automatically goes into a spin. He's got a set little pattern on his carries. Yeager's not that big a guy, but he's explosive and shifty with his feet.
Well, he knows how to fall down for that extra yard.
Yeah.
And that's helped him right there as put the ball on the 45-yard line. Second and about 1. Yeah, under 3 minutes to play for the Blue Streaks as they look now.
Classic free play down.
Ingles to Caswell, first down near the 40.
And he gets out of down. No, I think the referee signaled the clock to be run. No, it stopped. Okay, I was wrong.
So ball on the 40-yard line.
Plenty down, but time really doesn't know it is running now. It was moving the stakes, it was stopped, so he didn't get out of bounds. But Madison has no problems with that. They have their full complement of 3 timeouts left.
Putting it on the ground, there's Yeager. Yeager bouncing out right side, cutting back in. Yeager spinning and will be near the 33-yard line as Nick Yeager has done a fantastic job finding the holes and cutting through them.
That's exactly it. He's got great vision out there. He looks, and you pretty much, it's one of those when you're watching an overhead view, you're seeing where he should go, and he's seeing it at the same time and going that way. So he's really got good vision down in that field.
And that time, DeLillo once again, or check that, that was Warren, I believe.
No, it was DeLillo, 20.
Check that, Nick Yeager, there we go.
Oh, Yeager, right.
So Nick Yeager will get the big first down. And the Blue Streaks knocking on the door again.
Okay, keep careful. You got DeLillo lining up on the right, but I'm looking at a little rollout to the left here and passing in the corner of the end zone.
First and 10 from the 13, John. They can pick up a first down.
You got a one-on-one coverage. You got to have a safety man cheating over that side and helping out Chardon a little bit in his coverage.
Timeout on the field.
Madison's first.
Actually, I'm not sure if that was a Madison timeout at all.
Official timeout.
Official timeout. So they'll do it again. Ingles rolling out. He hits his man, and he's brought down near the 5-yard line.
Was that the tight end, or did they do a crossing pattern with that kid? Because they had
I think that might have been Ty Law. And it
okay, so they
was.
brought him out of the backfield then. All right.
So Ty Law will make the catch and be close to the first down.
So basically the wide out on this side was strictly a deception to take the guys out deep to open up the underneath lane for them.
And timeout called on the field. This one, I believe, would be burned by Chardon. 1:31 left to play.
Guy running the scoreboard doesn't know either because he hasn't marked it yet on either side. Yeah, this is a...
Hilltoppers could potentially be trying to keep this game from getting out of hand.
Yeah, this is a big hole in their part. They definitely got to keep them out of that end zone, and unfortunately they're in a point where I don't know if they can stop them from getting 3, but...
Well, at this point in time, I think the Hilltoppers would gladly settle for a field goal.
Oh, I'm sure. They get the backs against the wall with lots of time left. They're going to measure to see if it is a first down. That's kind of a late call for the measurement. Looks like he's got it.
Well, that first down now will make a huge difference.
Oh, yeah.
Another set of downs. They have 4 tries to get into the promised land.
Yeah, and plenty of time with at least 2 timeouts left and 1:30. I'm assuming that they would go straight ahead again and just try to run it down their throat on the inside like they did on their initial touchdown.
Look at their running backs. Ty Law, 2 TDs.
Well, you got the pure power eye with 3 lined
Yeager
up
with
behind
4.
them.
Nick Yeager gets the carry, and Yeager very close to that goal line.
Wow. You think that would be the spot where they would use one of their bigger backs? Yeager not being that bigger, and you got all that bunched up meat in the middle there. You'd think they'd gone with one of the up men to try to get the score, but they went with their tailback. I guess Dance is the one that brought you, huh?
Well, that's what they're doing. The other back, Hunter Legeza.
Again, Yeager.
And Yeager that time will get in.
That time they blocked the left side there and just opened it up for Yeager to push it in.
So Yeager, the 1-yard touchdown run makes it 16-0 with 50 seconds to play in this first half.
In the first half, that's been pretty much all Madison tonight.
Here's Gavorski. Will put it down, and he will put it through. So it's been all Madison in this one.
Yeah, I think Chardon just, now's the time they just need to go up the middle. Don't try anything big where you can get a turnover. See if you can push the stakes once so you can go into halftime and lick your wounds, because I think they got a lot of that to do in the locker room, because Madison's totally dominated this first half offensively and defensively. But you definitely don't want to give Madison the ball down deep with any time left on the clock and a couple timeouts.
When you look at the Hilltopper defense, they on average will give up about 170 yards on the ground and about 180 through the air in a ball game. About 350 total. And with the way that this Madison offense has been playing, they are probably close to that 100-yard mark on both sides.
Oh, I would think so, probably conservatively. Yeah, they've definitely controlled both lines today, the offensive line and defensive line. And just good play calling, good discipline on their defense. They've done a good job.
That kick fielded and luckily kind of went out of bounds for the Hilltoppers.
There was Teresi that bobbled a little bit, but he's also one, even though it did go out of bounds, he's the one that recovered it. Yeah, I think this is kind of let the clock run out. Try to get some yardage up the middle. Ensure it with a first down, because that way Madison won't be able to use their timeouts really and stop it. But
we'd like to remind you, too, to stick around for halftime, and we have the Hilltopper Band strutting their stuff. 1st and 10, ball on the 37. Davis looking to pass up in the air, and that one intercepted by Nick Yeager. And oh boy.
Now that's exactly what you didn't need to happen. Like I said, I think the best choice then would have been just go conservative, take the ball in, make adjustments, motivate, and come out second half and turn the game around. But here with 39 seconds and that quick pass offense that Madison has, they can put themselves in three-point range.
Well, with all three of their timeouts left and 39 seconds to play, they can probably find the end zone too if they call the right plays.
No, they're gonna take a knee. I'm surprised at this. I am really surprised at this.
Well, Ingles will down it there.
Thank you very much.
If you're Madison, you're at home on homecoming night, you want to put the Hilltoppers away.
And you got Chardon really, and if you can put any more points on the board, do it. But this clock's running out. They're just going to let it go. And we're going to go in for halftime.
Well, the first half is now in the books. The score, Madison 17, Chardon nothing. And in just a few seconds here, the Chardon Hilltopper Band will take over.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the 127-member strong Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. This band is being led onto the field tonight by Senior Field Commander Rachel Henry and Assistant Field Commander Kate O'Malley. Our show this evening highlights some tunes from famous movies. You'll definitely recognize this first tune, which was featured in the 2001 hit movie Shrek by the rock group Smash Mouth. Here is All Star. music for and won many film awards. One of the outstanding features of the movie is its excellent soundtrack. We now feature our majorettes, Liz Grau, Hannah Grau, Deanna Pretzel, Caitlin Hummel, and senior captain, Mallory Geisman, on another Shrek tune. Here is The Best Years of Our Lives by the Baja Men. Let's go back. Do you remember Tom Cruise's famous dance scene in the 1983 blockbuster movie, Risky Business? We now feature our toperettes with senior captain Jill Super and the song from that dance scene. Here is Bob Seger's Old Time Rock and Roll.
welcome back. What a nice job by the Chardon Hilltopper band. Halftime, it's still 17-0. Chardon trailing in this one, and we have some stats for you, John.
Yeah, they're not favorable in the Chardon direction. We got rushes. Chardon 18 carries, 84 yards. Madison 16 carries, 89 yards. Chardon 0 for 3 in the passing department, no yardage obviously. Madison 9 for 16 for 117 yards. Total yardage, Madison 206, Chardon only 84 yards.
That's an amazing
incredible
number.
Individual, we have carries. The leading ball carrier for Madison is Yeager, 11 carries, 65 yards. Leading for Chardon is Peterson, 3 carries, 32 yards. And so it's Madison's done it on the ground, outrushed the Chardon vaulted wing T offense, and outpassed them by a long shot. So there need to be some adjustments made, and hopefully Chardon come out in the second half, and they're getting the ball first, can show what adjustments they made, and they got to start putting the points on the board.
Coach Shapofi definitely needed to make some changes, and we'll see when the Hilltoppers get a hold of the ball just exactly what they did. But offensively, John, you think that they have to start mixing it up a little bit, maybe looking more outside when they're running the football.
Well, they got to do something to open it up, and Madison defense is just playing tremendously tonight. Obviously, they've studied some film, they've prepared for this game, and they've taken away everything that Chardon has tried to do. Somehow you got to open that up and just pound it mano a mano and just go up the middle with it for a while, drive it down. But, you know, the point of getting your offense generated, start getting a couple first down, punt it away. Chardon's getting to the point they're going to need some points, because I think this defense is going to stay solid all night for Madison. They're going to have to figure out a way to get enough points. The Chardon defense is going to have to figure out a way to shut down the offense of Madison, or they're in for a long night.
It's been a warm and humid October Friday night. And
Teresi got the ball.
Teresi crossing the 36 near the 37. And you have to think that the weather may be starting to play a little factor as the game progresses now.
Yeah, you're not expecting this much heat and humidity on a Friday night in October, but it is here, and it's for both teams. It's just Chardon's got to be a little disciplined and suck it up and do that. But that hurry-up offense that Madison runs is definitely not helping the cause either.
Well, here we go. Chardon coming out. 4 receivers and a flag. This is going to be a delay of game.
Man, that's just wrong. You can't be doing that. I mean, it's definitely not turning it around and moving it. But that did seem like a quick clock. I'm not exactly sure. Unless Chardon was just really slow and getting it together there.
Well, not what you want to do, but they'll go back to that same formation. 4 wideouts now, a man in motion. It's Peterson. They'll give it to Peterson. Peterson left side, and he will get to the 40-yard line. He will pick up the 5-day loss plus a few more. So nice job there by Kyle Peterson.
Couple, yeah, it was about a gain of 7, 6. So they'll bring up a 2nd and 8, which is a little more manageable than a 1st and 15.
Chardon once again will have 3 guys out as receivers. They'll give this one to Peterson again, left side. Peterson making his way near the 44-yard line. And John, they're now running the ball around end.
Yeah, they're starting it outside and cutting it back to the inside or something. I don't know, because Madison is just stringing it out well. They're not doing, Chardon's got the team speed on them, so they're not doing it with speed. They're doing it with positioning, just getting themselves to the outside quicker than Chardon can.
Official timeout now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stopping the clock. Oh, we've had a few of those tonight.
Yeah, I don't really know what this one's all about. I don't really see any cause for it.
I think there might have been an equipment issue with one of the Hilltopper players, but that's been resolved. Man in motion is Peterson.
Yeah, he stopped right inside.
looked like Bishop, and he did not get much.
Now it's going to bring up a 4th and a good solid 1.
Well, if you're Chardon, do you take an early gamble, John?
No, you can't. Because if it fails, you're dead. You're probably just going to seal the fate of your team. No, you got to punt it away here. There's still lots of time. It's not a dire straits urgency time.
4th down and 1, and Chardon is going for it, folks.
Unless they're going to try to pull him off. No, they're running the play.
Davis going to keep it himself. One man to beat, and I don't think he did.
I think he got it.
You have to wait and see. Kyle King was the blue streak that made the tackle, and they're going to bring out the chains.
They're going to bring him out, but I think he got it by a good length of the football.
It's from our position in the press box, it's tough to see exactly where the ball is spotted.
Yeah, we're going to have to go off the cheers because we can't tell from here. It's blocked off totally by that Madison bench. This is a big measurement here.
Yeah, this will.
If there's a turnover, Chardon's going to be hurting from that one. No, it is a first down.
First down, Hilltoppers. A nice job by Chad Davis.
Made it close, though, but got to have the nail-biter aspect, I guess, in a football game.
Well, sometimes you need the gutsy calls to spark something. And, John, that time, Chardon went for it. A QB keeper as he rolled out right side and just beat Kyle King to the first down marker.
Yeah, well, he was able to, he turned it up. If he had waited any more, he wouldn't have had his power going forward. So he turned it up at the exact right time.
Giving it to Peterson. Peterson near the 50-yard line.
And maybe a gain of 2.
I think one of the things now, too, John, is we're seeing the Hilltoppers come out with at least one extra receiver to keep.
Yeah, they're trying to pull a linebacker outside in coverage. You know, giving them a little thought of trying to do that. Yeah, they got double wides out there again.
2nd down and about 8 from the 49-yard line. And not too much going there.
Yeah, that was Chardon on the carry. Got to maybe call it 3, bring up a 3rd and 5. It's a long 5, actually.
Charlton averaging about 10 yards a carry, but not close to that there.
There's none of the Chardon guys averaging close to their averages tonight.
3rd down and 6 for the Hilltoppers.
Another big play for Chardon. Try to keep this drive alive.
They're going to put it on the ground, and once again, not much going there. That time it was Sean Lopez who got the ball carry. Lopez, that'll just be his 14th rush of the season.
That's a big down, and we're back to a 4th down situation. 4th and 4, I'm sorry.
4th and 4 now, the ball will be spotted about the 47-yard line.
They're going to go for it again.
Well, if you went for it back there, you might as well.
It's a little bit longer, though, they got to get on this one.
Faking the handoff, it'll be a pooch punt, and the ball will go out of bounds near the 30-yard line.
That was almost, I think their thought pattern on that was they were hoping it would run into a Madison guy and recover it.
And it came close.
I think that was pretty much what that whole intent of that punt was. Davis really didn't take much of a swing. He wanted to get it in reachable territory where, you know, Madison kind of gets shook up a little bit. The guy steps into the ball a little bit, touch it. Chardon can recover. So I think that was kind of a forced, hopefully, turnover situation, but it did work.
Madison will start the ball on their own 33-yard line. 8:04 left to play in this 3rd quarter. They'll give it to Yeager. Yeager some running room across the 40. And near the 45, ball probably about the 44-yard line, very close to that first down.
Yeah, it's a good 9. I don't think they're going to give him the full 10, but it's a good 9-yard carry there as Madison opens up their offense again with a running game, which has been more than effective tonight.
2nd down and about 1.
Yeah, the run kind of sets up the pass.
I formation behind Ingles. They're going to give it to Yeager.
You see San Lopez at the back of his jersey holding on for dear life there.
Got the first down, though, John, and Blue Streaks keep the chains moving. A new set of downs, and it's 1st and 10 from their own 40, I'd say about the 46-yard line.
Yeah, that's a fact. As long as their running game's going, they're going to keep on it because that also keeps the clock running, and the clock is definitely their friend now more than it is Chardon's.
There's Yeager right side. He's got some room. Yeager the 40, the 35, the 30. And brought down just shy of the 23-yard line.
That the whole middle exploded there. There was just a huge lane opened up on that one.
Looked like A.J. Teresi was one of the Hilltoppers in there to make a saving tackle.
And Madison's on the march again, so whatever adjustments were made, it seems to be benefiting Madison so far.
Hilltoppers from the, or I should say the Blue Streaks from the Hilltopper 24 now. I formation. And flags flying. I think we're going to get offsides on Chardon. Caused the I think it was the center to move.
They're pointing at Chardon.
Yep.
But I tell you, when it rains, it pours. Madison's, everything that happens seems to be going in their direction tonight as well. I mean, they're playing tremendous football game out here, offensively, defensively, but they're also getting the break side, and I guess the sun just shines on those who, are performing. I'm not sure what the reason is.
John, it's a big game for both teams. Each team coming in for a record of 4-2 and 1-0 in the PAC. There's Yeager with the handoff. He tries to cut back. He may have gotten back to the line. I think it'll be about a yard loss.
Yeah, because quite honestly, either one of these two teams or Riverside is going to take this lead. The other three teams I don't think really are going to be in the running this year. So this is kind of a mini league championship as well as what we mentioned earlier, importance of the playoff points that comes out of this game.
And look at Chardon's remaining schedule. Next week, home to Riverside, then at Ashtabula Lakeside, followed by a home game against South to close it out. Yeager again will get the carry, and he will get near the 16.
Yeah. But again, that reflects what I'm saying, a three-team league. Riverside also coming into tonight as 4-2. But you got the other two games. You got Lakeside, only 2 wins. They're 2-4. South only has the 1 win, 1-5. So consequently, the second-tier points from your last 2 games from Chardon's schedule aren't going to be good. That's why tonight, as well as next week, is very, very important if they want to see playoffs.
3rd down and 3 from the 17. I formation. They're going to pitch it off.
Option.
They're optioning it.
He's going to just run
stammering around, and nothing much doing there. Mitch Krotz. So Krotz will lose yardage, and that'll bring up 4th down and long.
Yeah, Chardon did a great job that time defensively. Their defensive backs stayed on the receivers out there. Didn't fall for the little trickery that Madison was putting up there, and their defensive linemen just slid out and formed a nice little wall there, not allowing any running room, and the play just ended up being a bust.
Well, Ty Law will check out, and in will come Aaron Caswell. Chardon, or check that, Madison going for it here. Spreading their receivers out there, looking near side. Yeager the 20, near the 15, inbounds, and I believe he picked up that 1st down. Indeed, he does. They mark it near the 11-yard line.
Easily by 3 yards or better, he made it by. That's the thing. Madison was running the ball. Again, that's utilizing the clock. You don't want the stoppage where a passing game can stop a clock. When they needed to go in the air, they did, and they did it effectively. Madison just coming at them and running on all 6 cylinders today.
Seconds ready. We have the 50-50 ball coming.
1st down and 10 from about the 13-yard line.
Then that power I formation they come at you with.
Madison continuing to move the ball and to run the clock, John. Now 4:06 and counting in this third quarter.
Yeah, I tell you, this another score could be the death knell for Chardon here.
Yeah, you kind of get that feeling with the way their offense has just been sputtering along in tonight's ball game. Madison, of course, trying to win it on their homecoming night.
So far, being very successful at their game plan.
Nice crowd on hand tonight for both sides.
Again,
Stadium looks packed.
Yeager taking it to the outside, back to the inside.
Near the 4-yard line.
Tracy in on a tackle on that one. Bring up a 3rd and short. Madison still can get down to about the 2.5-yard line and can pick up a first down.
3rd and 2 from the 4. Power I formation behind Ingles. That time it's Ty Law. Ty Law near the goal line.
That might be a first down, though. I think he got enough, but that's...
Well, he did. He's, a matter of fact, he is darn close to the goal line. But they're going to say just shy, inches shy, 1st and goal.
I would think Madison would almost like to score on a 3rd down here. Just eat up more of that clock.
Why not? They are up 17-0 and looking to put that potential stake in Chardon's heart. Once again, the power I. Yeager going through, and Yeager in, touchdown.
Yeah, just a quick little hurdle move, and he went over a couple bodies on the ground. Scored and could have put the nails in Chardon's coffin tonight. Madison came to play. There's no question about it. And especially, I mean, their offense did one heck of a job, performed extremely well, but their defense was very impressive tonight as they took out and played a defense that and stopped an offense that nobody else has been capable of stopping so far this year.
Gavorski's kick is through. It's good. And that will now make it 24-0, as it has been all Madison in this one.
Yeah, and that makes it to at least a 3 scores for Chardon. You know, with the 2-point extra points, they can tie with 3 scores and 3 successful 2-point conversions. But I'll tell you, they've had trouble getting 6-7 yards at a crack, much less breaking the long ones. And with the clock running down to 2:34 left here in the 3rd quarter, they're going to have to break some long ones.
Well, I'll tell you what, those 7 points are more than half of what Chardon has allowed in the 3rd period this entire season. Up until now, only 13 points allowed in the 3rd quarter. Less than a field goal.
Well, stats are terrific, but
yeah, and definitely
you got to play with the players on the field, not the stats so much, and the stats aren't holding true tonight. They're a total departure of what they normally should be, or normally are.
Blue Streaks break their huddle.
Well, I guess we got a short kick coming to our side of the field here, if history holds true, which it does. Charlton.
This one going to bounce out of bounds. Nice job by Isaiah Charlton to let that one bounce.
Yeah, that's going to gain them about 15 as they'll bring it out to 35 rather than roughly the 20-21. Yeah, that's kind of a danger. You got to almost take a look upfield, see where the other guys are when you do that.
Oh, they were bearing down on him, but it
They're going to make
took a good bounce.
Again. I'll be darned. Wow. Normally, you just take it under 35 there, but now we'll see if this works out for Chardon.
No, the Hilltoppers hoping to maybe get a spark from their special teams unit.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's part of the big play that they're hoping for.
Kyle Peterson does have one touchdown return for those wondering on kickoffs. And that's been Chardon's only kickoff return touchdown of the year.
Not 100% sure, but I think they had one that was called back on a penalty. But on paper, it doesn't count.
Dvorsky will do it again. This one in the middle of the field, picked up near the 35 to the 40.
Well, they picked up ground.
A good choice.
Picked up a good 13 yards by declining or accepting the penalty, rather than the penalty of just taking on the 35. Well, Chardon offense has definitely got its work cut out for them here. They got to strike, and they got to strike quick. I mean, I think their game plan is ripped up right now. They can't go with what they have planned on going with coming into this trip to Madison. They got to just pull out all stops and hit whatever they can right now.
Well, they're pulling out the stops, going through the air, and they go to Peterson near the 40-yard line. He picks up the first down, and the Hilltoppers moving the chain.
That was a good job by Peterson that time of turning to the outside so he can get pushed out of bounds, because they're going to have to use the out of bounds as much as they possibly can.
It's 24-0. Hilltoppers trying to get back on the board.
Hand to Peterson this time.
Peterson might have about 2 or 3 yards, but that's it.
Yeah, that's more like a yard, maybe 2. You know, they're marking where they got it marked. It's a short yard.
Chardon was held to 16 points in a 56-16 loss to Canal Fulton. And that's the only time that they have scored less than 25 points. Fumble on the play, and Madison recovers.
Wow.
Hunter Legeza will pick it up. So a fumble will stop the clock at 1:46 and snuffs out any momentum that the Hilltoppers had.
That time they were trying to do the reverse, and Peterson had the ball, and his exchange with Chardon, the ball was dropped on the ground, so that's unfortunate for Chardon that it happened that way.
Out comes Ingalls and company. 1:45 to play. There's Yeager. A nice move as he crosses the 40 near the 38-yard line.
I tell you, Yeager is an impressive runner, but that line is opening up running lanes for him. They really are just giving him lots of room, and then he does his little water bug dance out there when he gets into the linebacker territory and picks up additional yardage.
Well, you look at the offensive line tonight, and they've been subbing some players in and out due to the heat and humidity.
Yeah, they get the fresher play, and they've been playing this hurry up, and the Chardon two-ways are just gassed pretty much right now.
There's Yeager again, a hole right side. Tries to cut it outside. Peterson with the tackle.
Close to another first down. Ripping off huge 10-yard chunks per carry where they actually mark it. And now it's going to be a little bit shy of the first down.
John, you look at the Madison offensive line. They have tackle Kyle Glass, a senior, 6'4", 275. Kevin Hendricks, another senior, 6'3", 310. The center, Mike Roberts, a senior, 5'11", 230.
And I tell you, they're not shy about going after the Chardon kids in front of them.
Now there's Yeager once again as he picks up the first down, that time near the 25. And some of the other offensive linemen include guard Terry Harmon, a junior, 5'10", 235. Guard Alex Brotzman, a senior, 5'11", 235. Tackle Frank Robleski, a junior, 6'2", 215. And Joe Chom, the tackle, a senior, 6'2", 260. Of course, you can't forget Nick DeLillo, who's the tight end, who does block in this scheme as well. He's a senior, 6'5", 235.
Yeah, and they, like you said, they shuttle them in and out, so they got fresh linemen out there.
Yeager picking his way through near the 20, across the 20 down to about the 19, 18-yard line area. And that does it for the third quarter. The time has expired. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, fourth quarter action on GTV. It's Madison 24, Chardon nothing. Well, we head to the fourth quarter, 24-0 Madison. The Blue Streaks have pretty much had their way with Chardon.
Oh, it's been a totally one-sided game. It's total blue domination tonight.
Madison looking to add on as they're in the red zone. 2nd and 3 from the 18-yard line. Once again, Yeager, as he crosses the 15-yard line. Nick Yeager, the workhorse tonight, as he is well over the 100-yard mark.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he had, what, 67 at halftime, and he's ripped off probably 25 on this drive alone. Yeah, Madison's just, again, going with their power ground game against that tired up front group of Chardon there, and they're just blowing open holes and doing whatever they want and eating clock at the same time.
Well, there he goes, and he is in. Nick Yeager, a 13-yard touchdown run, and that pretty much will do it here for Chardon unless they can have a miracle comeback now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the last touchdown didn't pretty much do it. This one just is pure icing on the cake for Madison. This is just their night. That's all you can say about it. Hats off to the Madison Blue Streaks. You played a great game.
The kick is up, and it is good, and Yeager picks up his third touchdown run of the night, and it's now 31-0.
Yeah, we got 11 minutes and 30 seconds left, which it's going to be a long 11:30 for this Chardon group. Because I think they're seriously gassed out there right now. They just came into a game, ran into a little bit of heat, ran into a hurry-up offense, and just ran into a buzzsaw called the Madison Blue Streaks.
Well, the News Herald had Chardon ranked number 4 on top of the crop. Madison came in at number 8.
I think there'll be a little adjustment in that.
Little adjustment there, and when we start to look at computer points, it's going to have a lot of impact.
Yeah, it's definitely, like I said, the winner of this game is going to help out, and they got to handle Riverside now to get their points. Actually, Madison's a little better because they also have North, who has a little better points than the other Pac teams. They also have them left on their schedule. So Madison's probably going to come away with a clear-cut win tonight, and it moves them up and increases their chances, though they have to keep playing too, because like I said, you can't afford a loss without the secondary points coming, and neither team is going to have a lot of those tonight.
Well, Gavorski gonna once again kick near side, picked up by Liggett near the 30, making his way almost to the 40, about the 39-yard line. The Premier Athletic Conference entering tonight's contest, Chardon and Madison and Riverside were all 1-0. And that meant that the other three, Lakeside, North, and South, at 0-1. Of the 0-1 teams, Lakeside and North both with 2-4 records, and South 1-6. Riverside, as John mentioned, was 4-2.
Yeah, I'm sure Madison hopes Chardon wins out, because it actually works out better for them with Madison and Chardon being the only two division team. Everybody else Division 1s. If you beat a Division 2, you'd rather that they beat the Division 1. That's like a half point more. Even though you get the points from both teams, that's just the preferred way.
Well, Davis keeping it on the ground, running out of bounds, slipping and getting back up though. He was well out of bounds and slipped on that mat there that protects the ground.
Yeah, this drainage system here in Madison, this sideline, once you get out of bounds, falls way off except around the bench area. Davis keeping up the middle.
Well, Davis will get a first down, John. And Chardon moving the ball somewhat now, but
yeah, they're going to just have to keep moving, almost going to the Chardon version of the hurry-up offense here.
You have to think, too, that Madison may be just right now playing to keep any long play from occurring, that they may be
form of a prevent, though nobody's dropped off deep.
They're going to give it to Peterson, and Peterson gains maybe 1 or 2, but not much more than that.
Yeah, that's about it. They sealed up again. That little counter action just stayed home and stopped it cold.
We'll pick up about a yard, move the ball to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, Chardon's got to get moving. I mean, it's obvious the scoreboard is definitely way against them, and the odds are way against them on that, but you try to win. You try to pull out whatever you can, and
Davis keeping it and going up the middle. He will gain about 6.
No matter what the score is, till that final whistle goes off, you try to get everything you possibly can out of it.
Now, the worst thing you can do is give up.
Yep.
And Chardon still fighting. 3rd down and 3 from the 37. Davis looking to throw. Davis has his man, Isaiah Charlton, near the 21-yard line.
He didn't get out of bounds, though. Referee keeping the clock moving. They'll stop it for a couple seconds here to move the chains and then start it again. So we're going to be under 9:51. Get that play called quick. Chardon has their first real threat of the evening, actually.
Yeah, they have not been this deep in Madison territory all night. Man in motion, that's Charlton. Charlton, get the ball, will cross the 20 to the 15, maybe the 14, and for the first time this evening, Chardon is now in Madison red zone territory.
Yeah. And the thing is, just to build on next week, you want to get some points on the board. Nothing worse than ending the game and looking at that goose egg. You want to erase that totally and get some points.
Second and 3 from the 14. Handoff Peterson. Peterson making his way inside the 4-yard line.
Yeah, he's down to maybe the 3 or so is where they're going to spot it. They actually gave him a better spot than that.
He's about the 2.
Yeah.
First and goal from the 2-yard line. Under 9 minutes.
I guess they allowed the bounce to count. Give him an extra yard or so.
3 backs in the backfield. Mason Bishop is close.
He stopped short. He stuffed up that left side of the counter action.
Gained about half a yard. Now they're going to say a full yard.
Well, they got the nose almost on the goal line. Look at that.
Yeah.
I didn't think he got that close, but.
Well, 2nd and inches now. Check that was Peterson who ran the football.
Chardon stacked over on their right side, so I would suspect it's going to come back this way.
That time it's Bishop, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Chardon.
Finally, they get on the points and make something positive happen offensively.
So Mason Bishop at the 7:55 mark will bring it in from 1 yard out.
Chardon going for 2 because.
Well, they pretty much have to at this point in time.
Yeah, like I said, you always play for the win, and
They're going to look to pass the football. Davis,
I think it hit
to
the ground.
Charlton, it bounced.
Yeah, it hit the ground in front of him. Nice attempt by Charlton to get up his hands underneath it, but he wasn't quite able to. Well, that's kind of one of the bad things about the Chardon offense is they live and die with the run, and if you happen to run up against a team that can shut your run down, you're a one-dimensional team with no dimensions left for you. Because, you know, I mean, Chardon can't shift over and become a passing offense. They're almost forced into the point where they got to do something like that now, but it's just not their strength. You know,
I was going to say, John, Madison came in allowing 103 yards a game on the ground. They have been a tough defense to run against, and Chardon has found that out tonight.
Yeah, but they haven't really faced an offensive ground attack like Chardon has, but they defensed it very, very well today and just took Chardon totally out of the game. Could try a little onside action here.
Yeah.
Got one deep man for Madison, so
they're probably suspecting that too. And there you go. You see Chardon moving into that formation, leaving one guy alone here near side. They're going to kick it near side. It's a wide open field.
I think he's got it.
And they have it. The Hilltoppers recover on the onside kick. Coming up with it, Kevin Taylor, the split end, was the lone Hilltopper near side. And he has the ball inside the 35, near the 33-yard line.
Madison coaches are not real happy with that with their kids because their kids all flowed over when Chardon flowed over.
And no one paid attention to Taylor.
No, and nobody stayed at home. Like I've been giving it credit all night of staying at home. That's one case they didn't.
Delay on that one. That time it was Davis. Had trouble finding the runner there, but it was Davis near the 30-yard line.
That was kind of one of those, he made the fake out on the right side and then laid back waiting for a lane to open up. You know, rather than try to force a lane open, he waited for something to happen. And
I think earlier in the game what we were seeing was Chardon was trying to force that lane.
And Madison was just filling every lane possible.
Davis looking to throw the football, and in and out of the hands of Peterson.
Wow, did you see that drop off on his sideline there?
Yeah,
that's a dangerous look at the way they built it. They just put a huge swale, and it starts immediately after you run out of the out of bounds. You just go right into a little swale down on both sides of the field.
Well, I'll tell you what, John, when you look at this field and how it's marked, that swale is in full play for soccer. Which, if you're playing soccer, boy, I would.
A little wider field, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, that's awfully dangerous, but that's how they do it here in Madison.
Well, I don't know. Do they have a dedicated soccer field? Because I don't see
Okay, you know what they don't.
For a soccer game on this field. Normally, you see the markings.
You're right.
They probably have a dedicated field strictly for soccer. There's why they don't need the width for that.
Yep. Actually, it just looks like at the other end of the football stadium over there.
Yeah, there's a few stadiums. Well, this one, like I said, has got the fall off. Mollenkoff Stadium in Warren was so crowded that kids would get sucked off the sidelines.
John, here's a big 4th down and 6 for Chardon. Davis dropping back to throw, feeling some pressure. Looking to throw the football, and he hits his man.
Well short of the first down, though. He got basically to the line of scrimmage. That's about it.
Yeah.
So Chardon's going to turn it over on downs.
Lopez could do nothing more than just catch the football.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can. If ball's thrown to you, you do it. You hope you can escape the guy that's defending you, but chances are you can't when it's thrown that short.
.6:27 to play. 31-6 is the score.
Jaeger
to the 35.
What a surprise on that one. Madison keeping it on the ground, and it's Yeager carrying the ball. Boy, he's got a lot of carries tonight, actually, for as much heat, and he's a two-way guy.
Nick Yeager came into tonight's ball game with 3 rushing touchdowns on the year, and he has 3 tonight.
Well, that'll up his average a little bit then.
Just a tad.
From a half game to almost a full game. Oh, they're doing their maximum usage of their clock.
They're letting that thing run down. And they're going to hand it off. And boy, they are just pounding it now. Zayrans through as Yeager just runs right through the heart of that Chardon defense.
Well, that's exactly what they have to do. Just eat up that clock, and they are doing the maximum on that.
I think well, clock stopped at 5:25 for the first down there.
There was a big noise in the crowd. It might have been an Indians win.
That's what I'm thinking, but
though, of course, you could be watching this during the start of Game 3 because this won't replay till Sunday night. And it'll be Monday. If you're watching on Sunday, you can watch it again on Monday.
John, you have the schedule for when it's going to be running?
Yes, I do. Can I find the schedule for when it's running? There you go.
Let's see. It'll be on GTV Sunday and Monday. 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. I know what you're thinking. What channel? Channel 23. But you know that because you're watching it.
Yes, or we couldn't have the capabilities of telling you. And if you're watching it on Sunday, watch it again tomorrow night. If you watch it on Monday, well, at 7, watch it at 10. You'll be on all over the place.
We will have coverage of the Chardon Riverside game from Chardon. Kratz with the ball near midfield, crossing midfield, and very close to that first down. Wouldn't be surprised to see the refs just give it to him right here, and they do.
Yeah, they tend to get generous because, well, you know, the truth is this ball game is over. And it's been all Madison all night. They played one tremendous game and deserve it. They came in with a great game plan and executed it to perfection. Took Chardon totally out of their offensive and defensive schemes. There's not much else you can really say about this. Madison just played an excellent football game tonight.
Ingles once again let the clock run down, and he will hand it off to Yeager. Yeager breaking a couple tackles there as he pounds his way inside the 45 near the 43.
Yeah, it's not like in the pros or even college where you have the time clock, the play clock held there. They get signals from the back judge who just tells them when there's a, you know, they tell them before the game. Normally it's a 10-second signal and a 5-second signal, so he can approximate how much time is left in the clock.
Clock now under 3:15. And that run not going anywhere as Yeager, for once, held.
Yeah, but that's a little too little too late. And 3rd and long for Madison here with clock still moving, 2:56 left.
Well, for Chardon now, it's a matter of regrouping and getting ready.
Yeah, you still got a lot to get. You got, it doesn't matter anymore. Anything else, you play for the love of the game of football. You still got 3 games left. You play them all as hard as you possibly can. And whatever happens, happens from that point on.
Well, there's Yeager, and he crosses the 45. And the other thing that Chardon still has in reach is the PAC title.
Yeah, they can. They're gonna probably their best shot is Riverside beating this Madison squad, And Chardon, of course, beating Riverside next week. You never know. And in any given Friday night, I suppose that's why they play the game, because you can't go off of what's on paper to try to pick the winner. They got to do it out in the field. And tonight, it was Madison's field.
Timeout for Chardon, and once again would like to remind everyone that GTV, not only does GTV cover football, but they cover a variety of different sports, from volleyball to baseball, softball, basketball, etc. Wrestling, yeah. Can't forget wrestling at all. And the budget for GTV is set, and if any of those teams make the playoffs, GTV will need some additional help in covering those ball games. So we ask you to contact your booster club or contact the Chardon Athletic Department and talk about sponsoring one of those playoff games.
There's Madison is in punt formation right now. We got 2:22 on the clock.
4th down and 6. Madison going to fake it. They're going to go for it. The pass.
Wow.
And they pick up a big first down on his feet inside the 10, near the 5-yard line. My, oh my. Mitch Trotz made a little pass as he took the handoff that time.
I'll call you back later. I gotta go.
Well,
And gave it to Paul Gain, the junior.
to be quite honest with you, I don't believe that play call is going to make him any friends on the opposite side of the field there.
No.
You know, when you're sitting, you got a game under control and stuff, you don't do fake punts.
No,
I'm sorry, that's just not right. That's just not right.
No, that's almost, I don't want to use, I really don't want to say it, John, but that's almost showing your opponent up right there.
Oh, yeah? Well, it definitely is a case of that in my eyes, at least.
Yeager on the ground and Yeager in.
But people tend to remember those sort of things. So Madison puts the ball in the end zone again at the 2:08 mark.
All coming off the fake punt with 4th and 6 in the game, well out of reach.
There's 200 yards and 4 touchdowns tonight.
Well, they just announced Yeager had 200 yards with his 4 scores tonight.
So the PAT makes it 38-6. And that pretty much will about do it here.
Yeah, that just is. It's just time to kill some time right now and finish this one out.
Well, that gives us a chance once again to let you know that tonight's cablecast is funded by our underwriters. But we'd also like to thank all the GTV funding communities for their year-round support. They are Burton Township, Burton Village, Chardon Township, Chardon Village, Hamden Township, Middlefield Village, and Munson Township. We are thrilled to be able to continue to bring you local public service programming with a special emphasis on those communities. Thanks again for supporting GTV, and thanks to our viewers for their support. The response has been absolutely wonderful.
So Chardon will get one more try to get themselves into the end zone, get some more points on the board.
Chardon, they can get a little payback here. What surprised me, John, is all night Chardon's men have been really deep. And Gavorski there will get it to Liggett once again. Liggett a little bit of running room near the 45, the 46, near side and out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't think Liggett's like a deep man tonight.
Yeah.
That's like his 5th kickoff return.
First and 10 for Chardon.
Almost surprised that one of the big 3 didn't move up at some point in the ball game to
Fill in one of those middle zones.
Yeah, especially what's on the right side of the field there.
Yeah, well, I suppose Madison can make an adjustment then and kick it deep. You know, you can't leave a zone open, but you can trade players around, I suppose.
Tom, I got bad news here.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the Chardon 46-yard line. Davis looking to throw. Davis down the field. Davis well over his intended receiver, Kyle Peterson.
Yes.
Hold on a minute.
They threw that over, and Peterson was again in double coverage. So there really wasn't much opportunity to thread that one through that needle.
Once again, would like to remind everybody that GTV will be carrying Chardon hosting Riverside, another PAC game next week.
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun, that game. Teams play each other rather hard, and I've had some. Last year was a very, very competitive game with Riverside coming out in the last second win.
Davis rolling out, going to keep it on the ground near the 48-yard line.
They're saying the clock, keep the clock going. So it's 1:43 and counting. Again, the score 38-6.
Of course, Matt Jordan and company have, it always seems at this point of the year, they are just red hot.
Yeah, I heard 2-1. I haven't even watched the game yet.
Yeah, well, there's no question they played an exceptional football game tonight.
I watched this weekend.
Davis looking to throw the football. He does, and he gets it to Isaiah Charlton. Charlton
Stays in Bob. I mean, the clock will stop while they move the change, but Charlton went down inbounds. So they're down to about the 37, 38-yard line. Clock moving now, 1:14 and counting.
for Chardon.
Trying that reverse play again.
And they get close to the 33-yard line as Charlton once again will touch the ball, this time on the ground.
And again, this time not getting the first down. The clock keeps moving.
Under a minute to play now.
Charlton got like 7 on that particular carry. It's down to, 42 seconds, 41. Chardon, no bigger urgency to get it snapped. This could theoretically be the last snap of the game.
Wouldn't surprise me here to see the Hilltoppers just run it out. Davis gonna put it in the air, and an incomplete pass. That will force a
Well, I guess there
another
will
play.
be another one, yes, with 22 seconds left.
Intended receiver was Jonathan Habenik. 22 seconds left, 3rd down and 4 from the
Pass was there.
2-yard line.
Habenik just wasn't able to pull it. He had a little bit of running room. He probably could have come up with the first down on that one. There was some open real estate in front of him. He had to pick up about an additional 4 or 5 after receiving the ball, but first you got to receive the ball.
Chad Davis flushing out right side, looking to throw the ball. Now he's going to keep it on the ground, out of bounds, very close to that first down.
Yeah, it depended on the mark. Like you said, very close. He kind of crossed over where it was laid down on the ground. Where they're going to mark it short. They are going to mark it short on him.
Wow. Once again, looking at Chardon's schedule. Riverside on the 12th. Lakeside, they'll visit Lakeside at the 19th and host South on the 26th. For Madison, they'll travel to Lakeside on the 11th, North the 19th, and host Riverside on the 26th. Davis going to keep it, and Davis brought down at the 35-yard line by Nick DeLillo.
And that will
do it appropriately by Nick DeLillo. So the Hilltoppers turn the ball over, and J.D. Ingles and the rest of the offense will come back out and will snap the ball once, probably take a knee and finish this thing off.
Well, I don't know if I'd say probably take a knee after what I've seen earlier tonight. We'll have to see what happens. So we got 8 seconds left, 38-6, and as soon as the ball's snapped, the clock will start, and that should theoretically be the end of the game.
Well, they line up in victory formation. They down it, and that does end it. Well, the final score of tonight's ball game, 38-6. Madison over Chardon. So Chardon will now fall to 4-3 overall and 1-1 in the PAC. Madison now 5-2 and 2-0 in conference play.
Yeah, and that does, like I said, going into the game, this will seriously put to hurts the Chardon's playoff hopes and give it a little shot in the arm to Madison's playoff hopes. And quite realistically, Madison does have a chance. They're going to have to win out pretty much, but the teams ahead of them, if you look through their schedules, they all got that 1 or 2 games that they could get beat in. You know, and Madison, short of Riverside, I don't believe they have that anymore in their schedule. So we'll just have to see what happens for both these teams. Nonetheless, for these seniors, they got 3 more games to play in their high school career, and that's what's really important about this game.
Well, looking back at the scoring, and Madison got on board mid-crotch, a 5-yard run made it 7-0 in the first. In the second, Dvorsky, a 36-yard field goal, made it 10-0. Yeager would then have 2 runs, one 1-yard and another in the third, another 1-yard run. It would make it 24-0. They would make it 31-0 on a 13-yard Yeager run, and then Chardon would get on the board finally in the fourth quarter with 7:55 to play. Bishop would go in from 1 yard out. The 2-point conversion was no good, and it was 31-6, and Yeager would finish it off with another touchdown run, and you see the final score is 38-6. Of course, once again, just cannot speak enough about Nick Yeager tonight. Him and the offensive line just really took over this ball game.
Well, I think the story of the game, truthfully, was that Madison defense. They set the tone, took away everything that Chardon has done positive this year, and just totally shut them down. And if there's a game ball, I'd give it to every one of the players on the Chardon defense.
Well, that about does it for us tonight. Once again, would like to thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week as Chardon hosts Riverside. I am Matt Jaworski for John Walsh and the rest of the GTV staff. Thanks a lot and good night.